living in the U.S. for more than 30 years. That probe, separate from the one Homeland Security is conducting, says ABC's Jim Ryan.
After meeting with the family of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, Harris County District Attorney Sean Tier says his office is looking into the possibility that the ICE agents who killed the 52-year-old committed state crimes, including murder. He tells Houston Public Media,
"We are going to investigate it, and if someone committed that crime, you don't get to hide behind a badge."
Tier says he's at a disadvantage because DHS has control over the evidence. ICE says its agents acted in self-defense after Salgado Araujo tried to run them over in his van. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
A wildfire in Spain has killed at least a dozen people, making it one of the deadliest on record there. Soaring temperatures once again gripping much of the country. There could be more record-breaking heat in this country as well over the weekend. The U.S. and Iran said to be still working on technical negotiations over Iran's nuclear program. However, says ABC's Karen Hua,
tensions remain high in the Middle East. The U.S. now expanding its targets beyond military sites, striking a railroad bridge that Iran says it quickly repaired. Iran responded with its own wave of missiles and explosive drones, targeting U.S. forces across the region, including Bahrain, Kuwait, and Jordan.
A nominating convention for the Democrats' next Senate candidate in Maine will begin on Monday. Now that Graham Plattner has pulled his name off the ballot, this man in Portland says he's not sure who to consider next.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't like Susan Collins. I don't like the baggage she carries, but I don't know.
A former girlfriend accusing Plattner of sexual assault, which he denies, along with other allegations that have surfaced in recent days. You're listening to ABC News.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
News this hour brought to you by Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon and Skag zero-turn mowers and products. Simply the best.
You are being warned about the heat for a couple of days. It's all of central Mississippi where extreme heat is expected.
There won't be much for a chance for rain on Friday.
Mike Edmonston with the National Weather Service says the relief is coming in the form of rain and storms.
70 to 90% on Sunday.
Some of the storms could be strong to severe, he says. Today, 95 and sunny, and the heat index is at 106. Tonight, clear and 75. 94 Saturday with a chance for afternoon storms, and the storm chances increase to 80% Sunday. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. It's not only civil rights attorney Ben Crump now involved in the situation with the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells on Horn Island in the Mississippi Sound, but also Reverend Al Sharpton. He is expected to be at a press conference today in New York with Crump and members of Wells' family. The 17-year-old accused of killing 74-year-old Billy Blair and 71-year-old Virginia Carol Barnett Blair was denied bail again at a preliminary hearing Thursday and will stay locked up. Cordarius Hobbs is facing 13 charges, including capital murder. Family members say Hobbs worked for the couple at the home where they were killed June 3rd in Simpson County. You may have heard about the shooting early Thursday of a 14-year-old boy who police say was shot in the head on Farmer Street in Vicksburg. Police are now saying that the teenager may have shot himself. He died on the way to the hospital where he was being flown. This weekend is the Mississippi Sales Tax Holiday, which is designed to give you a break on school supply shopping. The eligible items have to be $100 or less, and it includes school clothes, but not sportswear. It includes backpacks, pens, and notebooks, but not computers or devices. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Doctor, the AC doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house frozen, cause my air condition's old. Doctor, doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together.
Chip away, jump away. Chip away, that's what I'm gonna do. Sweet little mama, I want my cat next to you.
And good. Friday. Thank God it's Friday morning. How y'all doing? Yes, good. We're getting hotter than normal Friday morning, Chip, and keep up the merchant and restaurant in Capital City. What? Keep up the merchant and restaurant in Capital City of Jackson is leaving for Madison and Rankin County. What you talking about? But anyway. And good morning, Shane Easley, Jeff Thomas, more shooting than normal. Yes. JC Dunn, good morning. 2 cups of coffee. Jeff Thomas, let's see, cold peach tea. And Will Brown, good morning to everybody out there in the wonderful world of radio, waking up on a Friday morning going, let's get out there and enjoy sweating again today. Yes. Yeah. It actually feels pretty good out there this morning. I mean, real good. Will Brown, good morning. I mean, I had a breeze on the reservoir coming off last night. And thank everybody for coming out last night. Now, tonight, out at Beethoven's, everybody's been wondering who's playing tonight. Tonight. At 5 o'clock, you have the one, the only, the Mike Mott. And he'll be doing his thing. And then it's an evening with Snaz. Yes, it's Snaz's first. Well, I would say it's their first appearance there. Let's say it's their first appearance they're playing. They've been hanging out. They've been coming out and hanging out, but this will be their first show out there. So y'all come on out there. Dennis and the gang. Dennis will be in full form, I'm sure. So y'all come check that out. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Until it's not. But anyway. And then tomorrow night, it's Misspent Youth. Yes, you're going to like that. That's the band that somebody goes, is that the band that sets up on the lower deck and takes up the entire lower deck almost? Yes, that's the band that comes in with the big production show and does some of the best, one of the best set lists in music. I mean, if you enjoy music, just that's not the same old songs that everybody else plays. You need to come on out to Beethoven's because we work real hard on making sure that whoever's going to play there does entertain. And this past Wednesday night, I want to thank Hunter Gibson and Shane Turnage, and I'm going to be shot because I can't remember the third person, along with Bridget Ferguson, who hosts the Beethoven sessions. That's every Wednesday. We have the sessions there where we bring in singer-songwriters from around who just come in and they talk about the songs they write, and they sing their original music. Everybody's like, do what? Yeah. Got a lot of good songwriters around here and a lot of good pickers, and they come in and they play their songs and you get to enjoy them. And you go, I didn't know they wrote that, or they didn't do that. That's a good song. And you need to do that. And then, of course, you can go to all their websites and their Apple Music sites and support them and listen to their stuff. But anyway, it's another day. And yesterday in Jackson, Mississippi, there was shootings again. Imagine that. Shootings and murders, shootings and murders, shooting and murders. Then all over the and then I'm sick and tired of the news. Look, if you work at a TV station and you need some help rewriting the stories from day to day, you know, it's really interesting that every time you go cut on the news, it doesn't matter, you know, if you cut on 16, if you cut on 3, if you cut on 12, you got the same people reading the same story that somebody else did. So you'll have this anchor this time, and then next time it's another anchor reading the same script from the news that they already did earlier. And what that does, y'all, is that gets you to where those of us that are hungry for news, you quit watching it. And this is the same thing the government did to us to get us to where we didn't want to vote for people anymore. Because you think that something new and different and something good is coming down the pipe, and they bore you to death, and you go, oh, it's the same old stuff. And you change the channel and you don't watch. And so then you don't know what's going on in the morning. Good morning there, Mr. Warren, Vince Warren. But you see what I'm saying? I mean, the complacency, you know, your mind wants new. Your mind won't, and in the word news, N-E-W, new is in that word, you know, before the S. So that means that you need to give us fresh stuff. You need to tell us what happened. You need to tell us like right now, y'all, down on 49, y'all be careful coming in this morning. It was a big wreck out there this morning. And then last night you had murders right there on County Line Road and shootout. A lot of cars hurt, this, that, and the other. A lot of people hurt. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. We're not going to get y'all any news. And yesterday when we were talking about all this stuff in Goodman, I mean, they have done after we sent everybody that we could find. When we saw that video, and it was sent to me early on, and I was so disturbed that I tagged everybody. I sent it to the governor. I sent it to Shad White's office. I sent it to Lynn Fitch's office. I sent it to all the news media. I sent it to everybody. And Lord and behold, next thing you got helicopters coming into Goodman, Mississippi, and highway patrol lockdowns. And I'm so glad that Sean Tyndall did get out ahead of this and get out there and start doing this. But, you know, the reality is, somewhere, if you got that many little thugs running around with guns, somewhere out in the Delta, people that are missing and people that are not even known of, and you know they're just going up and just killing people in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi, and people that are off the radar, and we're not going to find their bodies till later on. You know what's going on. It's got to be. It cannot be just, I just want to shoot when I'm inside the city limits. And, you know, it's like the Hobbs boys who now that I was listening to their attorney, they said they can't prove he shot her. He can't prove that they shot that couple. What do you mean they can't prove he shot that couple? Ricky Gray, good morning to you, sir. Well, I guess you can't. There's 60 shell casings sitting on the ground, is what I understand, at the house. All those people, the 72-year-old couple was shot at close range. And, you know, but then again, you know, the whole Hobbs group may have been there. All three of them may have been there shooting, you know. And then that begins to be a problem in proving who did the murder. Who murdered, you know. I mean, it's amazing how these things are going to play out. And I mean, now they do have that particular Hobbs, the one they caught, the first one, that was the solo guy. He was, you know, they do have him for shooting at the officers, They got that. But as far as the murder, hey, no big deal. Good morning, Phil Barlow. Look, everybody, we've got to do something about it. And then as I listen to the big news, when I say the big news, that's the national news, y'all, in case you didn't know, big news. The big news was talking about the guy in Maine who was just like a Bill Clinton, I guess. Okay, he was in trouble for sexual misconduct, and Maine being so above board. And, it already says Democrat in the name, so it doesn't really matter if they do all this stuff. They want to get somebody else who can run to beat Susan Collins, which obviously, she's not the greatest Republican in the world, but she'll probably win again. It looks that way. But she's the one on the ballot. And that's what you got to always do. When you vote for the R or the D, you vote for what's the best on the ballot. And I'm glad to see that Maine is trying to find somebody that is reputable to run in there, that doesn't have sex allegations and this, that, enough on him. But excuse me, you forgot you're in the Democratic Party. You're not going to find that because, going back to your leader, Bill Clinton, way back and going way back to all of that stuff. And then you're not going to find that clean guy. That clean guy in the Democratic Party does not exist. So just, chill out, and the whole thing there is the people of Maine picked this particular sexual predator to be the guy that was running for the Democratic Party. The people picked him, but now they're going to go to a situation to where the party picks. And this can happen in every state in the union. With the two-party system that we have, if the party decides they don't need you or don't want you, they can dispose of you and put somebody else on the ballot. And the people don't get to speak. And that's sad to know. Good morning, Helen. Because people should have the right to pick their candidates and run for office. And in Mississippi, the way our primaries work, and I mean, we're getting ready to run for governor coming up in next year. Now, you would think it's already been going on, but right now they're jockeying for position because they need the oligarchs that decide in Mississippi who's going to be what to tell them who's going to be what. Do you follow me? For instance, they're not going to let, after holding down the top 6 or 7 positions from governor on down to dog catcher, as all Republicans, they're not going to let all of those guys run for governor at the same time. It's just not going to happen. They don't have independent will to decide they're going to run. Now, they're going to act like it. You're going to have Delbert act like it. You're going to have Andy act like it. You're going to have all these people act like they're in control of themselves and they can run for whatever they want to. But no, there's a point here where the oligarchs that are running things in Mississippi are going to say, no, this is the way it's going to be. And they're going to break them down and start moving them around. And everybody's going to quit screaming that they're running for governor. Now, the reality here is it's part of the system. The system is what's failing us. The system of all these people that keep running for office, they're the ones failing Mississippi. It's great that they're all there, but everybody's putting people in place just to move money around, keep people out of jail. That's what's going on. And you can't say that it's not happening because it is happening. And look, with all of this data money coming, billions of dollars, they practiced on the money that they stole from taxpayers. The money they stole from us taxpayers over the years, they've been practicing for this day. This is the Super Bowl of money. We got billions coming into the state, and they're coming in, and we're going, okay, we got you got the people that lined up to try to make sure they get the school choice money going this way. Y'all going to hear about all kind of reforms and stuff like that going on. Meanwhile, it's going to be steal. And it's the same people we have in office now. But you got to remember that some of these people have learned how to steal. And it doesn't seem like we're going to do exactly what we need to do with this money. And I'm concerned about that. And I think you should be too. And you need to start thinking about maybe somebody better need to run for office. And by the way, to the Mayor Jackson, who put somebody new on the airplane board, a bishop, I don't know the guy. But bishop probably means he is some sort of religious person. Why don't we get some people that know something about running an airport? Just a thought. Why don't we get these planes fall out of the sky all over the country? Democrats have been in charge in some places that we need to look into. We don't need planes falling out of the sky here. We'll be back with more. Been in charge in some places that we need to look into. We don't need planes falling out of the sky here.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Want insider tips on foundation repair, maintenance, and how to protect your biggest investment? Todd Sandridge, owner of Superior Foundation Services, will be dropping in this month for quick interviews with your favorite local hosts. Whether you're dealing with cracks, settling, or just want peace of mind, this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Superior Foundation Services, helping you stay on solid ground. Find them online at superior.ms. That's superior.ms.
In seconds making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
In the heart of Flora, there's a place where love, laughter, and comfort come with every cut, color, and style. At our family-owned salon, you're not just a client. You're part of the family. Come share a smile with Shelby, Henley, and Rhonda, ready to make you feel beautiful inside and out. Whether it's a fresh new look or a little time to relax, we've got the chair waiting for you. So step in and feel at home. Find us on Facebook at In Style Salon Flora.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
From a cabin on a creek to a field where the big bucks sneak. Oh, yeah! Tom Smith Land and Home. Find your place where your roots can grow. From hunting ground to your front door key, call the landman of Mississippi. Tom Smith Land and Homes. Yeah, the landman's who you need. Brought to you by Tom and Ellen Smith. Tom Smith Land and Homes. That's it.
Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association wants you to stay away from downed power lines. Downed power lines carry the risk of deadly electric shock, even if the broken wire is not sparking. If a wire is crossing a road or driveway, avoid the area and keep others away. If you see a downed power line, back away and call your utility company or 911. When you call, be prepared to provide the specific address or location of the downed power line so a repair crew can get there as quickly as possible. This safety message brought to you by Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association.
Hi, this is Alan Allen, nurse practitioner at the MEA Medical Clinic in Flora, Mississippi. Located in the Cotton Exchange Plaza, we're here to provide patient-centered care that is thorough, compassionate, and convenient. Whether you need primary care services or same-day medical care when you aren't feeling your best, we're here to support your health.
MEA Medical Clinics.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
6:25 a.m. on a Friday morning. Yes, sir. I am Chip Matthews. You are exactly who you are. You know who you are? I hope so. I hope so. Just look right there in the mirror and say, I am Chip Matthews, and I'm going to do something today. It doesn't matter if you're not me. You can just say you're me and say you're going to do something today. Today, you're going to go out of the house and you're going to find one thing, the first thing you see, and you're going to pick up your elected official for your area, and you're going to say, you know, this is I'm glad to call you today, and I voted for you, and you need to fix this in my neighborhood. That'll get you a local official, and then you can step on up. We're going to take baby steps. Baby steps. Say, look, last night when I was trying to sleep, there was gunfire all around my house. What are you doing to solve that? Just call them up and ask them. I mean, that is what we're going to have to start doing, people, one little thing at a time. And it's baby steps to get all of you involved in politics enough to where you care. Now, you say you care, but you don't go vote. 17% of you go vote. 17%. And that's including the Democrats, y'all. That's the Republicans and the Democrats. 17% showed up in the primaries. And you go, well, the primaries don't matter. No, the primaries do matter. That's when you decide who you're going to get. That's decide who you're going to vote for in November. Yeah, we did that way back there in February, first quarter of the year, where you'll forget about it. Because it seems the whole system is working real hard to try to make all of us not care about voting. It seems like the whole system is to break the political system down to, well, the oligarchs can control who's going to be in office. So we do this at this time of the year and we do that at that time of the year. And, you know, that's just it. And come January, when qualifying time comes up for governor, we're all looking at the people that have already had a position in the government, just moving around, shifting around, and there may be one newcomer in there somewhere, but you just want to shift those people around. No, we need to find people to get all over the ballot. Just mess it all up. Have all kind of people come out that have loud mouths that'll come in and say, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And put pressure on these guys that are politicians, because every one of them can be broke down. There goes a policeman up 49, go toward Jackson. I mean, every politician is an easy target because you know they've done nothing. You know the ones that have done absolutely nothing. So every one of them you can go after. And every one of them that hemmed and hawed, and every one of them that supported bad policies, and every one of them that took money and graft, and you go and look at their campaign funds. Yes, they're going to have a ton of money, but you got a loud mouth. And that's why they come to talk to some of you with a loud mouth, because they want you on their side. They want the endorsement. They want you with them. So all you got to do is just start running your mouth. Be a busybody. Be all those things that everybody else was. You too can get yourself in a position to where you can be in charge of the billions and billions and billions of dollars that are coming into the state. And you too can help spend that money. And right now there are people that are shaking in their shoes that politically going, oh, we don't need anybody to come bother me and my money. We got money coming. You know how much money's coming to Madison County and going to fall out of the sky? They're going to take some in Canton. Those people in Canton, those aldermen and all those people there, they're going to be in charge of some of that money. Oh, and some of that money is going to fall all the way down into the public-private entities like Makita. They're going to be in charge of that money and they're going to spend it. We got to get involved in that. We got to get involved in all these different things that have all this money. Come on, people. We got to get involved and be involved. Right now, they got us locked out of the ballot initiative and done everything in the world to keep us from finding out and acting like, oh, we just can't bring that up. And then you saw campaign finance report. Michael Watson talking about campaign finance report. Got a smirk on his face while he's going, oh, we're going to introduce the same legislation again. We didn't get it out of committee last time. You know, the same thing over and over again. If it ain't working, there's no sense to do it that way. You need to find another way to do it. I guess what you need to do is start telling everybody needs to start knowing how much money these people are stealing. How many people are putting the money out there on them? You know, these campaigns, you know, it doesn't matter right now. They're all lining up. And they all lined up that they were running for governor in order to get money out of everybody they can, because there's a lot of money out there to get. And it's all about the money. It's not about the politics. It's about the money, because you just want to get in office, because once you get there, you can do absolutely nothing and get paid. And every day somebody's going to come out and buy influence. And our government lives off bought influence. Yes, they do. And every day you look around, if you don't think you see it,
bought influence.
You're seeing it. We'll talk a little bit more about all this on the other side of the news.
You look around.
Chip
if
Matthews
you don't
Show.
think you see it, you're seeing it. We'll talk a little bit more about all this on the other side of the news.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
In the heart of rural America, we know the value of an honest day's work. While the big corporate brands focus on their stock prices, Outlaw Light is focused on you. We're an independent American brand built on resilience. We don't preach or teach, we just brew. That means a high-quality, 105-calorie light beer at a price that respects your hard-earned dollar. For the patriots, the dreamers, and the doers, America deserves a new light beer. Grab an Outlaw. It's darn good beer.
Detroit-style pizza has its own rules. We learned them, then we made it our own. Johnny's Pizza House is Detroit-style pizza. Deep pan crust, crispy edges, your choice of toppings, then finished with the pizza sauce swirled right on top. Mouthwatering cheesy goodness. Order online at johnnysph.com and build your own Detroit-style pizza. Detroit-style the Johnny's way. Order a taste of Detroit this summer at Johnny's Pizza House. Let's share a slice.
Delta Farm Services, LLC. Delta Farm Services, LLC. From dirt to done, they make it easy. Find them on Facebook, it's all you need. Big job, small job, call today. They'll shape your land a better way. Delta Farm Services, LLC. The name you trust for what you need. Delta Farm Services, LLC. Delta Farm Services, LLC.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The sound of wildfires in southern Spain, spurred by days-long heat wave, have killed 11 people, many of them found in burned-out cars as the fire spread very quickly. Nearly 1,000 flights in this country canceled as extreme weather, including widespread flash flooding, slams parts of the East Coast. The Harris County, Texas DA's office in Houston planning to investigate on its own the ICE-involved shooting death of a man who was undocumented but had lived in the United States for 30 years.
Investigators will look at from a criminal perspective whether the original stop of the vehicle was legally justified, and whether the amount of force that was used by the law enforcement personnel was appropriate for the threat that was presented at the time.
ABC News contributor and former DHS official John Cohen continued back and forth attacks, repeatedly threatening the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran. Iran responding by targeting U.S. bases. This is ABC News.
It's all systems go this month at Mazda of Jackson. With rates as low as 0% with approved credit, come test drive the all-new, fully redesigned 2026 Mazda CX-5. More room for you and your cargo makes the third-generation CX-5 the best yet. Mazda's best-selling SUV also comes with 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. And Mazda of Jackson still specializes in certified pre-owned vehicles with hassle-free trade-in options available. Shop online at MazdaJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Are you thinking about your next vehicle purchase? Hi, I'm Casey Ellis, owner of Ellis Autoplex in Brandon. If you've been searching for a clean diesel or half-ton truck, your search is over. At Ellis Autoplex, we specialize in the vehicles people actually want. Whether you're upgrading, buying your first truck, or looking for something the big dealerships don't have, Ellis Autoplex is worth the drive. Stop by and see why more and more people across the Southeast are choosing Little Truck City. Follow us on Facebook or shop online at ellisautoplex.com.
Hi, this is Rita Jensen with Remax Connection, and I want to tell you I've lived in Flora for over 50 years. I'm a graduate of Tri-County Academy, went there the first day the doors opened. If you're thinking about putting your children into Tri-County Academy and need a place to live, then give me a call. Without a doubt, the Flora expert when it comes to real estate. So if you need a place to live, give me a call. Rita Jensen, Remax Connection. 601-720-4037 or go to my website, ritajensen.net.
the garden, by the garden, along the lounge, beyond town, through the tulips.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
6:35 a.m. on what is going to be another one of those great Mississippi summer days. It's going to be hot, hot, hot. And you know what that means? People will be angry, angry, angry. You'll reach in your pocket and you'll pull out that lint because you don't have any money in that pocket. And you'll say, well, we're going to have to go rob somebody, or we're going to have to go shoot somebody, or we need to find a car that's got air conditioning where we can ride around in it. So let's go. Let's go. It don't matter if we shoot the windows out of the car to get the person out of the car. It doesn't matter because we'll just drive fast and the wind will come in the window and make it feel better. Oh, geez, y'all. It is so sad to think it's summertime and it's just time to, and it's the killing season. You know, June went out like a bang. And, you know, look at Jackson's murders. But we had them all over the state. We had them all over the Benny Thompson district, and some of it even spread out of the Benny Thompson district. And you go, well, Chip, Benny's got half the state. Well, and who gave them that? The Republicans? Yes. The Republican leadership, the people that run the state, mostly Delbert. He's one of the biggest crafters of the Democratic policies, I guess you could, from the Republican side. He actually crafts the districts for the state. You know, got rid of a conservative down there by Natchez and this, that, and the other along the way. You know, he doesn't care. He is only after his goal of being governor one day. You know, and you will be surprised, or won't be surprised, when it turns out that he's the name on the top of the ballot on the Republican side running against a Democrat. And I don't know if he can win. I mean, you know, they put him there because they say, well, he's going to get X amount of the Democrat votes and we're going to get the Republican. He's going to make both sides happy. But the Democrats ever come up with the guy, you know, they got Soros money. They ever come up with the guy, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. We'll have a Democrat in charge, and then all hell will break loose. Then all of Mississippi, everybody in Mississippi that votes Republican will throw up their hands and say it's over and quit voting completely, just like they did in Jackson, just like they did in Canton, just like they did in Goodman and all these little cities where once they had a black a mayor, everybody just said it's over. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm not going to go vote. And that is wrong. That is wrong. Just because a black man becomes the mayor doesn't mean that all hell is broken loose and it could be bad. There are good people out there. We got to quit looking at skin color. Now, in the case of those cities that I mentioned, it did turn out that they were radical blacks that won. Radical blacks. And over time, what is going on is these old school black politicians, they are pushing the black-white narrative, the racial narrative, as far as they can. And right now, you're looking at one of the biggest things they're doing right now, where a black guy was hanging out with white people on a boat. And there was, in the pictures that you keep seeing, there's 4 whites and 1 black. And so they had to kill him. Yeah, that's what they had to do. We had to kill him. We didn't have anybody else to kill. He was the only black guy. So everybody on the boat had to kill the black guy. I mean, and then they're going to sue the parents or this, that, and the other. Ben Crump's in town to sue somebody. And you got to look at this and go, these people are making tons of money off of running race politics and fear on everybody. I know lots of blacks and whites that hang out together. And I guess you got to make sure you find somebody that doesn't have a cell phone if you're going to hang out with a black guy, because you don't want them to call Ben Crump. Ben Crump probably has that's probably on cell phones when the government gives them out. It probably has Ben Crump on speed dial, or the Southern Poverty Law Center, or the NAACP. Those are probably speed dial numbers put into your government phone when you get them, so that we will know how. You one call, that's all. You can't use that line, that belongs to Richard, but you just want to press that button to where you can have somebody come and sue somebody on your behalf if your baby gets killed. Now, of course, I've been looking at doing the new business model where I'm going to have a new business that's opening up that you can one call, and you can call me up, and I will provide you with T-shirts, my baby T-shirts, my baby's been murdered T-shirts. I'll also have balloons for you for balloon release party. I'll have a line on you to be interviewed by one of the TV stations where you can get on the TV and go, "Oh, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby." I mean, y'all, I don't understand why we celebrate death and the TV stations think that that is the best thing to put on the TV. I mean, they celebrate death and in a way that continues the racial divide. And it's insane. It's insane. The news is some black guy murdered another black guy. That's the news. And that black on black crime is high, and all this is going on. But you get a white guy, 3 white guys and a black guy on a boat, and the black guy winds up dead from drowning or whatever. They hadn't released the full autopsy. But you get all of that, and we can get some national news on it. It always amazes me how Mississippi can wind up in the Washington Post. But everybody wants to depict us as these crazy rednecks that run around here. We're running around every day killing everybody. Meanwhile, it's black on black crime that's killing everybody. But if we can get a black and white person together and get a crime, we can take that from local news to national news. We can move that needle on that racial topic. And then I can't wait to see if Goodman, if all of a sudden the police presence in Goodman, when that story makes it to national news. Because, I mean, y'all, in foreign countries, that's probably a news story to where they just say, in Iran, they're going, the America is falling apart. And they show Goodman, Mississippi, and say, this is what's going on in the streets of America. Right here, you see it. They're jumping up and down on cars. They have no respect for the police. They're just like in Seattle, right there in Goodman, Mississippi. It looks just like Seattle, and it does. And it does. Now, it doesn't depict the truth. The truth of the matter is, on Highway 51 all the way up, every little city has died over the years because everybody gave up. Everybody has given up on politics. That's why only 17% of us vote in this state. We've given up on being taken care of. Not taken care of. We hadn't given up on being taken care of. We've given up on taking care of ourselves. We hadn't given up on being taken care of because Benny Thompson will get you a house. Benny Thompson will get you some food. Benny Thompson will get you some water, and he's going to control it all. It's called socialism, people. When you see it, that stuff that's out in New York City, that's not happening here. It's already happened here. It's already happened, people. We get more government aid into this state than anybody else, and we got all this AI money coming in, and they're going to take all that government money and give that out because the politicians are going to get corrupt. The good ones are probably going to get even more corrupt. Everybody's going to get corrupt because there's too much money on the table, and they've been there too long, and you can't help but to want to swim in the pot of cash. You can't help but to want to. And they go, well, look, I can just get my cut and get out of here before it gets real bad, before everybody gets caught. I get my money and get out of here. Yeah, that's what's going on. These people aren't worried about protecting us. These people aren't worried about running a city right. These people, they're fighting about the water and the airports and all that. That's the little money. That's the new people coming for the little money. The big people are working on the big fish, which is the data centers. Know that that's what's going on. Look for the prize. The other things are to keep you occupied. The other things are going on in the news are to keep you occupied and stay away from the data centers and stay away from the money that's coming in there. Because the more you talk about something else, you're not talking about that data center out there sucking up all that water and all that electricity. And then you watch the national news and they're talking about states that have made sure that they reverse the rates to make sure that data centers are paying more for their electricity than the residents in some states. That has already become a thing. And it's on the national news all the time where all these places are getting choked down from data center bills. And look, it's going to happen to you. It's already happening a little bit, but it's going to happen to you. We're fixing the number one state on data centers is where everything bad was going on, and they put in that law. But at the rate we're building here in Mississippi, we're about to be number one data center. Number one data center, number one in murder. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And when these data centers start to close down, we'll just turn them all into prisons where we can put everybody in one place. And of course, they'll break out because you can go to jail here and you can get out or get murdered in jail, one or the other. What are we going to do? What's society going to do? What are we going to do to improve anything? Well, all my listeners today, I know you're all going to be good about this. You're going to get up and find one thing. And you're going to make one phone call today. And that'll be it for the week. You'll go one phone call. You'll find one thing that needs to be fixed in your district. And if it's not a city thing, you can go to the county level. If it ain't a county, you go to the state level. But there's one thing, call a politician today. Let's get used to calling politicians. Let's start calling and being accountable. The 17% of us that vote, Republican and Democrat, can irritate them to a level that they don't want to be, because just a few phone calls will scare a politician. But if we could get the 17% to call, that's a lot of phone calls. But if we could get voter people involved and get it up to 45% of people in the state wanting to call and be a part of the system, we might not know who the next governor is because he hadn't announced yet. We've got to start getting in charge. And what a lot of people don't understand is being the governor of the state of Mississippi is not a powerful position. The most powerful position in your state is in your neighborhood. And I know you go, that ain't that important. Yes, it is. It's that important because your neighborhood is where you live, and that's the first place where you can improve your life. So you want to improve your life. We're waiting on politicians to do it. So let's get the politician that's in your neighborhood to improve your life first. And then we'll go to your city. Then we'll go to your county. Then we'll go to your congressional district. And then the state will take care of itself at that point. Right? The people should take over. And the first thing we need to help with all of it is we need the ballot initiative where we have a right to do some of this stuff. But people are stupid out there. We are all so stupid because we act like we can't do anything. Trust me, we can. And it's just like the frustrated people out there that are kids. I mean, kids, y'all. These people that are running around with guns are kids. That's why they blurred their face out when they showed the videos, because they're minors. We can't show no babies on TV. No babies. We can't show them until they're dead. And then we'll find their graduation picture from the 6th grade and put it up on TV and have a balloon release party and put it on a T-shirt. They're dead already. There's nothing you can do. You got to do something now. You got to do something before all that happens. You got to get control of these cities. You got to get control of everything now. You can't just sit back and wait and say it's going to get better. You can't sit and say I'm not involved in it, because those people that the Hobbs brother killed, the 72-year-olds, those people had lived a great life, and then all of a sudden, violently murdered. And then the two sisters and the baby. I mean, it's just one right after the other. It's one right after the other. And those didn't even happen in Jackson, y'all. Those didn't even happen in Jackson. We're getting ready for Jackson week. It's the weekend. It's the sun. It's the hot weather. It's the guns. We'll be out everywhere. I mean, they were murdering yesterday in Jackson. They were shooting everywhere. It's hot. They're going to be shooting. Y'all be careful this weekend. Let's take a break and we'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. It's hot. They're going to be shooting. Y'all be careful this weekend. Let's take a break and we'll be back.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
At Flora Animal Hospital, our team doesn't just take care of your pet's needs. We feel like it starts with the pet parents. If the pet parent is informed thoroughly and understands the situation with the animal and why certain things need to be done or certain medications need to be given, it's easier to get that done. Our website is floraanimalhospital.com. It'll take you straight to the online store where your medicine can be purchased, food can be purchased, prescription or non-prescription, and they will be shipped straight to your front door. floraanimalhospital.com.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
Need equipment that works as hard as you do? Come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. Thousands of you have already made the short drive to see us at H&H for the state's best deals on CM truck beds, Big Tex trailers, Wells Fargo enclosed trailers, and even rugged Candy electric utility vehicles. At H&H, our equipment is built for the farm, job site, hunting camp, or anywhere around your property. So visit me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales on Highway 35 North in Carthage, or online anytime at hhchiefsales.com.
Remember when Saturday meant tackling 3 projects before lunch? Now you need a nap after buying the lumber. It doesn't happen all at once. Energy slips away a little at a time. Focus does too. The team at Live Better Men's Health and Wellness helps men get answers to low testosterone, fatigue, weight gain, and more. Because getting older is mandatory. Feeling old is optional. Learn more at livebettermen.com. That's livebettermen.com.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Need to ship something fast, print something now, or wrap the perfect gift? Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt, your one-stop shop for all major shipping carriers. We pack and ship with care, offer private mailbox rentals, copy services, create and print banners, print your photos, lamination, binding, and secure document shredding. We always have a notary available, and we do gift wrapping too. Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt across from Callaway's or online at mailroomgluckstadt.com. Stop in today and get it all done in one place.
This ad is for all the guys who work hard and they expect their truck to do the same. At RPT Commercial, we have the accessories to help you on the job site. From names like Bedrock Flatbeds, WeatherGuard Toolboxes, Nap-High Service Bodies, ARE Camper Tops, Deck Storage Solutions, and so much more. Stop by our new store on Highway 80 in Pearl and check with our expert staff and see what they can do to make the job just a little bit easier on you. At RPT Commercial, trucks live here.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
6:55 a.m. on a Friday morning. Yes. Coming up at 7:07, the one, the only, the Clay Edwards with his Incendiary Show. Yes. Then coming your way at 10 o'clock this morning, the one, the only, the Randy, the Andrew Gosser, all gas, no brakes. Remember, at 9 o'clock, Chris Davis comes in with the Blues and Arts Hour, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. Chris Davis, our news director here, and one of our live musicians that play out at the Beethoven Boardwalk, one of our favorite musicians that plays out there, because he plays all the hits that are the hits from all over the millions of decades that we have lived through. And then, of course, coming your way at noon, Lindsey Beckham. And then at 4 o'clock this afternoon to kick off the Death Cult Weekend, which is what it'll be. It's also a tax-free holiday weekend. So you can kill this weekend without charging tax. It's Kim Wade will be on to kick off the weekend of violence, which I don't know how you kick off the weekend of violence when we never got over the violence from last week. You know, Kim, you're going to just have to say, do it every day. The violence continues. The violence continues. I mean, we're not doing anything to help anything. Or maybe that's just in Jackson, the violence. We had murders yesterday. We probably had murders last night. And then out in the Delta, I just know that there are people that are laying around in the woods. And until hunting season, we're not going to find those bodies because it's been one of those summers, just one of those days. We kill wherever we can. And then, I'm sure there's rapes and murders and rapes going on and all these other violent crimes, but they don't get reported. That ain't news. That ain't going to happen. I mean, every week, you don't have to say the names. Just say, we had 20 rapes this week. We had 30 rapes this week. We had 50 domestic abuse calls. Tell us what's going on to where we can help. If we know that in our neighborhood that there were 20 domestic calls, maybe we can start talking to our neighbors and make our neighbors feel better. We don't have to know who they were. We just get to where we talk among each other. People will see things, people find things, and then we can make our neighborhood better. Just something. Statistics, crime statistics are good when they're used properly to where you can go find the crime to fix the crime. Or you can make sure you ain't living there, and then you're not going to die. But domestic, you don't just show up with the gun. You start off fighting earlier, and then you get to the gun. We just got to get ahead of it. We got to get ahead of it. We got to get where we're starting to look around. But anyway, y'all, it is a Rib and Catfish Friday. Where? At Beethoven's on the Reservoir. Yeah. That's where we're going to be. We're going to be out there. That's at lunch today. Ribs and catfish. Don't you dare miss it. And then on Sunday, don't miss the Super Sunday buffet. It'll be loaded down with some of your favorites. Then, of course, remember we do breakfast 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday out at the Reservoir. So y'all come on out and get you a real big old big steak and eggs. Yeah, that sounds good. Also, this weekend, Snaz and Misspent Youth. So come on out, check it all out. That door's wide open. There you go. I can't believe that. 6:58 a.m. and it is time for me to get up and get out of here. Y'all get out this weekend. Make sure you stay safe. Make sure you don't get killed. Make sure that nothing bad happens to you. Make sure that you're safe. Make sure you're strapped down in Jacktown, and make sure that if you're black and white and you're hanging out with each other, make sure your friend doesn't have Ben Crump on speed dial so that you will not get sued for hanging out with someone from the other race. We'll see y'all later. Clay is next. Bye, y'all.